Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gangsta commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have it even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons, it's Shaturday Morning Cartoons.
Happy Saturday, everybody!
Saturday.
Hello.
Welkers, Welkies, and Wendell Wilkie. Happy Saturday. I'm George here with the found footage twins. I've got Nick in Queens and Joe out on assignment in America's Heartland. Joining us today is comedian, writer, producer, friend of the show, Mike Drucker. Welcome, Mike.
Hello, it's me.
It's Mike.
It's like you asked friend of the show. You're waiting for a response from me.
Well, no, I don't know if that's
Acquaintance of the
me.
show.
Yeah, I don't want to overstate.
Friend of a friend of the show.
I want to be friends. Yeah,
Aware of the show, Mike Drucker.
aware as he's on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you, Mike.
Thank you for having me again. I love doing this.
What was the last one I did with you? It was like Q*bert
Pac-Man.
or Pac-Man. Okay.
Pac-Man, yeah.
We got another video game one today.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I come on for the video game ones, which you know what?
That's your
I
thing.
like. That's my thing. I am
Yeah.
happy to do that.
Yeah.
We'll have to have you back for Donkey Kong Jr. But today,
Please.
let's go back to the morning of October 20th, 1984. It was a Saturday. Not sure where you guys were, but I was firmly planted in front of a TV watching an episode of a cartoon based on a driving arcade game, Pole Position. And that episode has stuck with me ever since. We're going to be
Really?
watching it today. Yes.
Ooh.
I
Those
don't
cartoons
know.
never stick with people. They just
Yes.
go in your brain and then you shit them out immediately. That's how it always goes with these. This one
that's what-
stuck with you?
Yes, I've thought about it
Wow.
many times. But first, let's check out cereals, mugs. Like if you have a to-go container of breakfast foods, what do
Yeah.
you got?
What do you got,
Mike?
Mike?
This is a dog mug
Ooh.
that I think is an IP that I don't know, but I bought it at a. You ever go to a Comic-Con and there's a table and they're selling an IP, but you're like, that item just seems fun.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
bought this mug like 10 years ago. It's like the mug I'll usually have at jobs, but this is my mug. I was going to do cereal, but I actually opened the bag and there was like bugs in it. Like it must have just been like I got it from like the corner store. It must have been like a bad box or something, but I did not bring that cereal with me, unfortunately.
What kind of bugs are we talking? Are we talking cockroaches? Are we talking ants?
Like pilly bugs.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen those.
Was
Yep.
that Pillbug cereal by chance?
It was pillbug cereal, but I didn't know they were literal.
Yeah, they weren't marshmallow. Yeah.
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 By
yeah.
General Mills. Yeah.
I got this. I'm in thrift store country here in Wisconsin. I've been just going
Yeah.
to Salvation Armies and Goodwills like crazy. But I picked this up, this Branson mug. You see a lot of
Ooh.
Branson stuff at thrift stores. People go there, they want to remember it, and then they realize they don't really care. And so, yeah, I got this nice Branson mug because for the month of June, Nick, I don't know if I told you this, but we're going to do a Branson month for the EP mode Patreon, $10 and up. We're going
Really?
to watch all Branson videos, a different
Oh.
Branson video every single week. And we are going to have on Branson experts too. So we
Ooh.
have a guy who I think he lived there for 10 years and he wrote an enormous article about Branson for Harper's. And then we're going to have people who have visited Branson, people who know Branson. So it'll be Branson month. So I got this Branson mug to commemorate.
Exciting.
That was very cool.
Have you been there, Mike?
I have been to Wisconsin where you are, but I have not been to Branson, Missouri.
Is it on your list?
I'm going to add it to my list. I'm going to add
Okay,
it to
there
my
you go.
list after.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
There's not a lot on the list. Like I've been waiting for death for like 20 years. So I should get things on the list.
Branson is where entertainers go to die. So, I mean, let's just all go there on a suicide pact.
Go check out like a Yakov Smirnoff show.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. All right, I'm a big fan of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch family and all of its permutations, and there's a new one, ladies and gentlemen. We got Cinnamon Toast Crunch waffle.
Waffles.
Wow.
Yeah, now I was expecting waffle crisp, like overwhelming mapleness, but in reality, it just tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but in waffle shapes. So they stay crispy longer in milk, and it works. I gotta say, they've done it again.
I'm surprised those haven't been made yet. They haven't done waffles yet.
They've done French Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
They've done Blueberry Toast Crunch. They've done all those. And then I have a mug too that's a little bit like Mike's. This is my
Oh,
mug. I don't know what IP this is, but I'm hoping that
Yeah.
it's
It's
full
Men
of
in
hot
Black.
coffee. Yep,
the
exactly.
dog from Men in Black.
Yep, that's what the IP is.
Yeah.
And George, what do you have?
I usually do boring mugs, but today I have the most exciting mug I could find. This is, if you're a fan of Nick Pruer, I've got the Talking Beards mug. It's got like a
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And
Nick's
this was,
short-lived public access show on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Yeah.
Network.
Good looking mug.
Yeah,
That's
and
nice. That's like
it's
not
available.
shipped or anything.
No, and it's available on the Found Footage store, I think, right?
Store.foundfootagefest.com. Nice
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, nice plug.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love it.
What does the QR code go to?
I think it goes to the Talking Beards episode.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Wow.
this mug has it
Smart.
all. It's entertainment. It's dinner and a show in a mug.
Very modern mug.
All right. Well, let's get started with a commercial for the Atari port of the pole position game. This is like,
Oh, is that a mini
Whoa.
pole position?
That's a
Yes.
mini pole position.
oh
that,
my god.
Turns on, which you can't really see that well, but
Whoa.
Oh,
It doesn't
my
actually work?
God.
yeah.
I can even hear it.
Oh, I hear
My
the
thing
song.
is reversed, so it's a little bit hard.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's
That is
amazing.
fantastic. I like that you just had that at the ready too.
I pulled it off. I was sure to pull it off my shelf so we had it ready for the show.
You
That's
are the right
outstanding.
guest for this.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
100%.
Thank you.
You've been waiting your whole life for this call, right, Mike? I mean,
Listen, if
Yeah.
you got a Space Invaders show, wait, when you do Q-Bird, I have a
do
Q-Bird
Q-Bird.
one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
of course you do.
That's how I know you're a friend of the show.
It's like a magic trick. It's like you're playing it out of our ears with the.
Oh, we lost
We
Nick.
lost Nick.
Oh no,
Let's
Was
go
that
on
part of the
without him. We
trick?
don't need him. Yeah.
Okay.
I impressed him too much.
It was a
Nick, were you too impressed right there? Is that what happened?
Yeah, but I got too embarrassed by the
Yeah.
using those little mini arcade games were.
Yeah.
So here's the commercial for the Atari port of Pole Position, the arcade game.
Hey!
Yes?
You look like a real jerk.
Well, I am a corporate executive.
He stops exciting things from happening.
So what you doing?
Well, Muffy, Buffy, Biff Jr. and I are going on our Sunday drive.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to play pole position!
Yeah, take that, you stuffy nerd.
Yuppies.
This way, Clarence!
Yes.
Ah, too bad. Having a good time?
The song.
The commercial is way better than it needs to be.
Atari's pole position. It'll turn your eyeballs into steel-belted radio.
Oh, that looks like a pod race. Wow.
That's a
That was
great
like-
commercial.
And that was
Yeah.
like 3 minutes long. It felt like. Was that,
It
that
was
play on
a-
TV?
It was a full minute, but apparently it was only for MTV.
That makes
that-
sense.
That makes
out.
sense. That
That
tracks.
checks That's my favorite era of nerds. There too,
Mm-hmm.
where you have the bow tie and then the taper on the glasses. That's
Yeah.
like one of the best eras of nerds.
A wife named Muffy. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was the "we're not gonna take it" video of commercials. And,
Right. Yeah.
it also felt a little bit like a predecessor to the Sega in your
Yeah.
face era of advertising. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I do like in a 2-minute ad there was maybe 13 frames of the actual game.
exactly.
It
The
barely
less
showed
the
it.
better.
It's like the Atari cartridge covers. Like there are these unbelievable paintings. I don't know what the style is, and then the game is like 5 pixels or something. But
Yeah, it was always the bait and
Absolutely.
switch.
yeah, so unlike Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or Q*bert or Dragon's Lair, the Pole Position arcade game is a bizarre basis for a cartoon. There's almost nothing to the source material. It was a driving game released in 1982 by Namco. You're familiar with it. And there were a few cool things about it. It had billboards for real products in it.
Oh yeah.
So you got Pepsi and Marlboro there. They were replaced with other Atari games after a public outcry. like,
Advertising cigarettes to kids.
Yeah, and I don't think they got approval for it either. This was just like a
Really?
yes.
It was a different time then. You could just
yes.
include things.
Wow.
You,
Crazy.
yeah.
Good old
but
days.
And the track was based on an actual track, which was a first for a video game. You can see at the bottom the Fuji Speedway. And it had digitized speech and cool explosions. I've got some clips of that.
Prepare to qualify.
I love that. Prepare to qualify.
Yeah.
Yes, and since it was a hit, of course, it had a sequel. Pole Position 1 was the highest grossing game of '83. Pole Position 2 was the highest grossing game of '84. But there was a crucial difference. The first one had a red car, and the second one had a blue car. So that is, that's
night and day.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I was so pissed when they switched to blue.
And so when Deke decided to make a cartoon, they got the license from Namco for exactly 3 things. You got the name Pole Position, you got a red car and a blue car. This allowed the writers to just go hog wild, make up any sort of backstory, and they did. They went nuts with this. Compared to other cartoons of the era, I think it's pretty sophisticated. So you've got the Pole Position traveling stunt show, which consisted of 2 drivers, the siblings Dan and Tess Darrett, along with their sister Daisy and their half raccoon, half monkey hybrid Kuma.
Yes.
Is that voiced by Frank Welker? That's got to be a Frank Welker voice.
It was not, but you'd be hard pressed when you hear it talk. You're gonna be like, "That's got to be Welker." But it actually, it's you thought he cornered the market. This must be the only one he didn't do. And then they
Welker
have
has some competition.
But they also have the red and the blue car. You've got the wheels, a red Mustang, and Rhodey, a blue sort of futuristic concept car. And they are personalities that they have differing personalities that go with their driver. And the team is overseen remotely by their uncle Zachary, who, as they go from town to town, they secretly work for the government. And they're in the footsteps of their parents who are dead.
Oh, they swung for the fences on this one. I love it.
This is like describing a dream.
Yes.
Is this pre or post Knight Rider?
Well, that's the thing is, I think it was right after. So you can see like somebody said like, we got an arcade game. Let's mix up some siblings. We got Dukes of Hazzard. You got talking car and government shenanigans.
Right.
Knight Rider. So
okay.
Yeah, and it ran for 1 season of 13 episodes. This is a label from wine that Deke used to hand out, the Chateau Deke.
What?
Yes.
Emphasis on Shat.
Yeah. And this is you can see the Pole Position team down there at the bottom, hanging out with the Get Along gang.
The Littles.
Yeah, everybody's there.
But I only drank a little, Grandpa.
And I didn't come across any merchandise from the game, but Nick, there is a board game.
Nice.
I had the Donkey Kong and Pac-Man board games. They broke immediately when I got them Christmas morning of 83, 84.
I remember the Pac-Man one that would hit the pellets for marbles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had that one.
I think there was like a rubber band in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the rubber band broke. And
yeah.
But this has the theme song, one of my favorite theme songs of all time. And it is, of course, by the super group of Shuki Levy and Haim Saban.
Oh, wow.
Controversy about whether Saban actually contributed to the songwriting to any of these, but they have the deepest bench of Saturday morning hits.
He's lit, no one should terrify their neighborhood.
Don't live your fantasy in Beverly Hills.
Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. Funky Brewster,
Your mind is just a fantasy. No. Here come the littles, always running to and fro.
be a deep dive YouTube video about these guys because that's an
Yes.
incredible body of work.
Yes.
Even
Yeah,
if it
so-
was only Heathcliff and then they retired, that one would be
Yeah.
an instant. It'd
They'd still be
Right.
gods.
Hall of Fame.
Let's go back to my favorite episode.
Can you tell us why this stuck with you for so long, or do we have to watch it first and then we'll know why?
Well, I think it was just because I did not expect the ending. Usually cartoons, like, you see the ending from so far away, and it's not just like something you couldn't have thought of. This is something you could have thought of, and I didn't think of it.
Oh, okay. So a surprise ending. All right.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay.
From now on, like your parents were, you are the secret force of pole position.
Yeah, this is good.
They're moving real fast, they're the only ones who
Let's
can
go,
get there
Dan.
on time.
Okay, sis.
And never too far
Very Speed
behind,
Racer.
they're always
Yes.
fighting crime.
Yeah, it has that Go-Go 13
Ready when you are, Rhodey.
In the danger zone.
Japanese feel to
Pretty
it.
soon they'll be off on a mission.
Hydrofoil mode, Rhodey.
Hydrofoil engaged, Dan. What's behind the wheel?
Oh, it has gadgets in it? Like,
Yeah.
I remember the song now. I didn't think I knew it. But once that hook came in, I know the song.
have you seen this, Mike?
No, I haven't, but I'm loving it already.
Yeah.
Sit back and watch them go. Hey-oh, 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 hey-oh.
Wow. Yeah. End the episode now while we're ahead.
Yeah, let's just call it a day.
We're late.
Tell me about it. We're really gonna catch it unless we get to that auction and buy those 4 paintings for Uncle Zachary. You spent too much time in that
Love
toy
the
store, Davey.
exposition.
Don't blame me.
So much.
Daisy's right,
Uncle
Dan.
Zachary.
If you hadn't been so busy reading that racing magazine, you
Do they
wouldn't
need
have
to wear
forgotten
helmets
tell
when they're
us
just
Uncle
going
Zachary
somewhere?
called.
Oh, yeah?
They're
Well,
just
let
going
me
the
tell
speed
you
limit.
something, sis.
Easier to animate.
Too hot to argue, guys.
Oh, true. You don't need to
Brandon's
move them out.
overheating as it is.
At least Kuma knows how to keep his cool.
Yeah, that sounds like vulgar.
Why can't our car do that?
Nagging wife.
The 4 paintings you mentioned are all recent works by Aaron Feld, a foreign artist. We sold 3 of them today. 1 to a private party and 2 to museums.
Just great.
What about the 4th? Come with me.
Is the raccoon hybrid ever explained? Like, why it
Take a
exists?
look.
What sort of-
Somebody cut it up.
It happened
Dr.
last night, and it's a
Moreau.
real mystery. We couldn't
Abomination.
find any sign of a break-in. Why would anyone do such a thing?
Maybe somebody had it in for your auction house.
If they did, it certainly backfired. Having the 4th painting destroyed only made the other 3 more valuable.
Get to the car chase.
This is bad news. Whoever cut the square out of that painting will undoubtedly try to steal or vandalize the remaining 3.
But what makes it so important, Uncle
I like
Zachary?
that scarf
Let's just
animation.
say I have quite an interest in what's on those canvases.
Let's just not say, Uncle Zach. Yeah, how about giving us a straight answer for once?
Dan, to use a phrase you're so
Well, Zach
fond
got
of,
dressed up for this phone
lighten
call.
up.
Dan, Tess, and
Sometimes
Zach.
he makes me so mad.
He's got like a dungeon master sort of. He fills the dungeon master cartoon role of like giving them information that is mysterious, and then somebody gets
okay.
mad about it. You know.
Like Charlie from Charlie's Angels.
Coming up on the Pillar Mansion, guys.
Roger, Wheels.
Oh, yeah. Here's like the game.
We simply want to purchase a
Yeah.
painting from you that you bought
That's
earlier
it.
today at an auction.
I hardly think that's possible.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Just name your price, ma'am.
Get out of the way.
has nothing to do with it.
I guess we can take it that your answer's no?
It's a black velvet painting of a naked lady. Uncle Zachary collects them.
Cut, just like the other one.
Dan, look in the kitchen. Some paintings just going out.
I respect that this is a crime.
Being done by a dog?
Yeah.
Is it like a
I don't know
secret
what I mean.
racing government service crime?
Yeah, I don't know why they need to solve it.
And exactly. And what's the crime? They're stealing parts of paintings off.
Yeah,
of
which is like a cool
somebody's
crime.
taking them.
It is actually. I'm trying to piece it together in my head, but this already has like 10 times more thought than any other Saturday morning cartoon from this era.
Legit mystery, yeah.
Yeah.
And the vocabulary, like I believe he used the word vandalized, which is I think 2 syllables more than anything that's in the Get Along Gang.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing this is beating us to the punch twice. It's time
The
pole
little
position
girl's
went
kind
to
of
the
like the
offensive.
Penny from Inspector Gadget, right?
Yeah, there's no original characters in it.
Only 2 of the paintings are still intact, and we want to make sure they stay that way.
The Malibu Museum's agreed to let me guard their painting tonight.
And I'd like
As
your
if there's a
permission to
museum
guard the
in
one
Malibu.
here.
I mean, this is a real talky episode for a show about car racers.
Well, I had to cut it, of course.
Yeah,
from,
I
like,
could-
from
yeah.
22
Thank you.
minutes. But yeah, a lot of the parts I cut out are about like U.S.-Soviet relations at the time. They go
you
really in
serious?
depth about Yuri Andropov and no,
For real? Oh.
no, but
I feel like that's about 19 more lines than you typically get on an animated character's face, too. Because they have to draw those in each cell.
right.
A lot of
looks like
detail.
He looks like a Sharpay.
I bet he was one of the guys who worked there.
Right, yeah.
We've got alarms on all the doors, cameras in every corner.
Even so, we'd feel a lot better if you let Dan stay here tonight.
If you want to waste your time, I suppose you've the right.
Now you're talking.
So it's head at the museum now?
Yes.
Yeah. They should have given him funny snores. He needs to have funny snores.
Huh? Oh my gosh, come on, Kuma!
So the first one was the top left. The second one was the bottom right. This is the bottom left now, right?
Maybe it's all going to be pieced together into an even better painting.
Attaboy, Kuma!
It leads to a big wheel of cheese.
Well, this is no time for a cola break. Some
No time for a
you
break.
are.
So in the cartoon, they could list Pepsi, but they
Tess,
couldn't say a
painting
brand
number
name
3
in
just bit the
the, or, I mean,
dust.
in the game.
Keep a
yeah.
cool head, Dan. Look for clues.
There's no
I like
time
that
for
painting.
that. There's the exit. It's the only way they could have gone without passing
I wonder
us.
if you can get the original.
Wait!
I might commission somebody to make all the paintings on my walls.
There they go.
Cut out or no?
Yeah.
I'm going to declare this to be the most scored cartoon we've ever. Like, there's constantly a score going throughout this.
There are some that have more like boings.
Yeah.
Like the boing per second is low, but the like synthesizer per
The BPS
millisecond is high.
Right. Yep.
Time for a workout, Rhodey.
Music to my ears, Dan.
I would get annoyed in that car.
Yeah.
Keep on his tail, Rhodey.
Yeah, I would be like, do I have to wear the helmet? Like, it's
Yeah.
like
Say,
over.
Dan, something just occurred to me. We have
No
no
less
evidence
annoying
at
than a
all that the
Cybertruck.
car we're chasing had anything to do with the robbery.
It's gotta be him, Rhodey. There's nobody else
Car
around.
we're chasing is innocent. Blast him.
Because no one makes a monkey out of me.
Guess I was expecting more of a laugh on that one.
Bunch of
Car
nuns.
full of nuns? I guess I wasn't expecting that.
All right, so that is that's part one.
Ooh, boy. We
Uh,
got a mystery.
Is that the first time we've seen a car full of nuns in a Saturday morning cartoon? I think it is.
yes, and I feel like if in the parts I cut out there were there are other things that make me realize that this had to have been made in France, including the car of nuns. That seems like something I would see in France. But like the police officers have some sort of like leather strap that only cops in France have.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
Jerry Lewis is in it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm intrigued by the mystery. We got some good racing scenes, and
lots of
and
surprises already. I can't wait for this ending. You got me stoked.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's interesting at the very least.
So when I was looking for commercials for this, I was looking through commercials of 1984. 1984, in my estimation, was the heyday of breakdancing in commercials. So that's what we're going to watch, even though that's not related to driving. It is related to October 20th, 1984, the most important day in my life.
Was that the day you became a man?
It was the day. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I was 9. Yep.
Saturday Morning Cartoons will be right back.
Ed Whitmire Ford Lincoln Mercury announces the 84 closeout sale. There's a sale, there's a car on sale. Right now, you can own this 84 Ford Temple for $169 a month. That's $169 a month and $457 down. There's a sale, there's a car on sale. Imagine owning this 84 Ford Escort for $137.50 a month and $411 down. We're breaking prices. We're number 1 in selection. We're number 1 in service. We're the number 1 volume dealer in Northern California. Ed Whitmire Ford Lincoln Mercury, 1240 Park Avenue in Chico.
Oh, yeah.
On your feet. By kids. Slapstick. On your feet. By kids. Slapstick.
Break into the beat. I got slapsticks on my feet.
Slapstick. On your feet.
By kids.
Slapstick. On your feet.
Oh, I love Velcro.
Slapstick.
You can get a free wristband when you buy a pair of slapsticks by kids.
In 1984, that is how, if you saw a group of kids on the street or on the sidewalk, that was how they all moved down. Everybody was doing a different breakdancing move.
That's how they transported from,
And they called slapsticks to tie into kids' love of Buster Keaton, I assume. Something like that. Okay.
For sure.
Peanut butter, a new peanut butter snack. Wait till you taste what peanut butter does for popcorn.
We can't wait for that peanut butter taste. Let's bring out the crunchy munch. Peanut butter crunchy munch. Bring out that peanut butter. That crunchy munch. Ah, peanut butter popcorn.
Pretty good,
Peanut chop. The only way to get it in.
Yeah, this commercial's working on me.
Peanut butter. This commercial would legitimately work now.
It would. Even the shopkeeper.
The kid juice drink from Tropicana.
When we're working up a sweat and we want something wet, we pop into a Troppy. Pop, pop, pop a Troppy.
Another checkerboard floor.
When we're bopping to the beat, thirsty from the heat at the time, we pop a Troppy. Pop, pop, pop a Troppy.
Just pop an orange, pop a grape, pop a fruit punch. We pop
Right, this commercial is confusing me as to what the product is.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Tell us how it's done. First thing you gotta do, step into winning shoes. Pony passes, pony punts, pony does some funky stunts. P-O-N-Y, the shoe that lets you take off and fly. Say pony.
What happened to Pony? Are they gone?
P-O-N-Y, say pony.
Yeah, I think so. Went the way of LA Gear.
I forgot that I edited that as like a mega mix for the clubs.
Like one different,
they're all in the last. Yeah,
you were like a DJ. Yeah. I loved breakdancing back then. Like I watched Breakin' 2 constantly, and I remember like setting up the cardboard outside of our house, small town Wisconsin, Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, and breakdancing.
The center of breakdancing in America.
It really was. It's where it started. Yeah.
To settle arguments between farmers, right?
Yep. That's right. That's how they did it. But I remember like we had like a cookout in our backyard, and we had the neighbors over, and my dad was like, hey, why don't you grab your cardboard box and put on a show for everybody? Do one of your break dances for everybody. And like an idiot, I did. He's like, maybe they'll throw pennies at you while you're doing it, or they'll throw you quarters while you're dancing. And then I set it up and I did it, and no quarters, and nobody was really paying attention. That was one of my first like embarrassing moments.
You need to have a plant there to start throwing the quarters. Then everyone's like, oh, I guess this is something.
I think my dad even forgot about it. I think he probably walked over and started having a conversation.
Is there video of this somewhere, do you think?
No, there's no video. Video was not invented at that point. So
I do have video of me doing a robot dance, which I thought you could just do without practicing. And just like, I know how to do it. I'll just act like a robot in front of my family.
How hard can it be?
It was not convincing to just do this thing, like where you.
I think whenever you watch videos of people dancing, the one that makes me cringe the hardest is once they start doing the robot. That just really, I have a really hard time. In an ironic way, or I think you can only do it in an ironic way, can't you? Like you don't do it seriously.
Well, in 1984, I did it very seriously. So
I'm talking like today.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the big finale.
Okay.
Now back to Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Here's my prediction: the art thief is going to make the pieces of art into one of those sliding puzzles where you like move it over to like make one painting. I think that's what they're going to ultimately do to make a big.
What are they going to find?
What?
A message or a map or something?
Yeah, map of some treasure.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
All right. Let's check it out.
The paintings are being stolen.
Maybe the guy's got a small apartment. Look, I don't think we're going to find out why until we find out who, Tess.
And I
There are
resent
so
that
many
if somebody
possible
would.
suspects, Dan. The rich old lady could be doing it for revenge. The auctioneer to raise the price of the undamaged painting.
I think that's a clue.
Even the curator.
Oh, cola. Remember how you wanted cola?
Oh, it's that guy. Oh, they gave us
machine at the art museum.
Hey, let go!
Cut it out, Kuma.
Sorry. Kuma's got a real thing for soda pop.
Hey, forget it. Have one on me.
I can do that.
I love monkeys.
Is he not a monkey? So he's a monkey.
No, he's not.
The hybrid. It's French, so the soda here has wine in it.
Come on, before you get us into any more hot water.
Wow. Suki Levy is just really going overboard with the cheese.
This is our last chance. If we blow it this time, it's 4 strikes and we're out. That's why I'll stay here and you'll monitor this equipment from the truck.
No way. You work the dials and I'll stand guard.
Yeah, you were so good at it last time.
All right, we'll let Mr. President decide. I call heads.
It's a weird digression.
Yeah. Okay, they did animate an American Quarter. That's what they were throwing at you while
Heads, I
breakdancing.
win.
Oh, yeah.
You know where I'll be if you need me. Come on, Kuma.
Whoa. The soundtrack kind of...
Happy
fell on the
little
keyboard
victory
there.
celebration.
Yeah.
They hit the demo button on the Casio.
Yeah. Phil.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, it's a robot that's been doing this.
Hey!
An art-stealing robot?
So anytime someone buys a soda, a robot steals a fourth of a painting.
Yep, that old trope.
You mean criminal! Oh no!
There it goes.
When I was a kid, toys didn't do things like that.
What was that?
I think they could use a studio audience on this
Just
one.
stop that thing!
That's the crook?
Oh, somebody's finally driving. What a concept.
Hovercraft mode.
Nope, now they're flying.
No.
Wait, or no.
This is just like an obstacle course, Tess.
Yeah, but if I hit one of these, I'll be making payments the rest of my life.
There it goes. And we can't get through this fence.
Maybe we can't, but our tracer can.
Nice. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah.
He's not getting rid of me this time.
Physics checks out.
What's happening? I'm falling into a cage in a cola truck and finding my little sister here. That's what's happening.
Great burglar device, huh?
That's the most expositionary exposition that ever expositioned.
He asked himself a question. And then he answered his own question, too. That's what's happening.
Syllogism. Yeah.
Cola vendor.
Knock it off! Let me tell you guys something. I found out what's in these pieces, and I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder.
The crook's dead ahead, Tess.
Classic villain giving up the whole
My
plan.
infrared monitor shows that Dan and Daisy are with him.
Launching missiles.
Whoa, he's seen us. Floor it, guys.
I think who that driver reminds me of. Ray Romano?
Oh, no!
In the movie version.
Oh shit!
Oh. Let's just have that magic robot say it. We can do everything.
Can't budge it!
Well, that's the end. They all died. No, it's not with me.
The van's gone under the water.
We've got to do something. I sure wish you were submarine wheels.
Well, I've got enough oxygen supply to keep my engine sparking underwater for a few seconds, Tess. And I'm game if you are.
So let's hit it, Wheels. It's as dark as the inside of a cat.
Inside of a what?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she said, I've listened to it 5 or 6 times. I think she says it's as dark as the inside of a cat.
That's what I heard too. Back it up one more time. Let's hear it again.
It's as dark as the inside of a cat.
Yeah,
It is.
No other
100%.
That's an insane. That's probably a French expression translated.
Oh.
You know what to do, Wheels.
Yep. I just hope it works. Only a couple seconds of oxygen left.
Push one of the unlabeled buttons.
Tess, stop that guy!
Now for a little ride.
My pleasure.
Hey!
Going so soon?
This robot's the greatest. I just wish I could figure out how to make it go.
Oh, Nick. There you go, Nick.
But what is it?
The sections reveal the major circuit of an enemy power's new master computer.
Oh, that's what it's why they look like circuitry.
The artist is a pole position agent working in that country. It was the only way he could smuggle the information out undetected.
I'm glad this turned out to be a diagram, because it sure doesn't look like art to me.
What's he talking about? That looks like art.
I'm telling you, I want that on my wall.
Ouch!
Now that's what I call a real work of art.
All right. Yes.
All right, so I don't know why the fact that it turned out to be like, it's a kid show, but I don't remember any of them being like spy stuff and like microchips and like
cool theme songs.
and I had no idea what Joe, I didn't see back then, or even just now when I watched it to set this up, that they were the four corners. But
Yeah.
you saw it.
I saw
could be
that.
an-
Yes.
you could be an agent of pole position.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Nobody's ever told me that before.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But you could never guess that ending because they're like, oh, it was it was just like.
Well, we said
oh, it's
treasure
just-
map.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there were enough clues to guess that it might have been circuitry, right? Or
Oh, okay.
computer chips.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
it didn't occur to me at all, like how that, and I guess I'm just not used to. I was not then used to cartoons actually like wrapping up in a way that an actual and that seems like the way in a live action show at 8 or 9 o'clock would have.
But that was the pilot, right? So they probably put the most
No.
thought. Oh, that wasn't.
That was episode 6 of 13.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
I cut out, unfortunately, a lot of the driving and stunts because just so much exposition.
You focus more on the exposition.
Yeah, I
Great.
know you
That's
guys are
always
huge
great for-
fans of
Yeah.
talking and
Yeah.
so I know you can't love it as much as I loved it then, but I think it was not shatty. I don't know if you
I
guys
enjoyed the hell out of it.
I enjoyed it.
That was
too.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get back to the arcade version. We're going to play a game about the arcade precursors to pole position.
Okay.
Because it's kind of mind-blowing how rudimentary the graphics were in the arcade games that led up to pole position. So this is a game I call The Rough Road to Pole Position. Okay, it's brought to you by Geritol.
Okay. Yeah. They sponsored everything back then. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
should have had a billboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know if there's going to be a scandal like in the 50s when they influenced the quiz shows, but we'll find out
Geritol
when-
did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So
Prepare to qualify.
okay, question 1.
Where qualified?
Sega's 1979 arcade game Head On is often cited as an influence on which of the following legendary games? Is it Berserk, Pac-Man, Galaxian, or Donkey Kong?
What's Head On? Head
I
On
would say
is a.
Galaxian.
Well, just think of driving games and those games that you're familiar with and how it
Okay.
would be.
I'm gonna say Pac-Man.
You know what? I'm gonna say Berserk,
Okay. So
just to give it something different.
So we're going to watch little screen grabs of the videos of these. So this is Head On, the machine, and that's what it looked like. So yes,
Pac-Man.
the answer is Pac-Man. There was the little
Yes.
you had collect
Circle
dots.
gets a square.
Yeah. So okay, good work, Joe. Question 2: what was the inspiration for Atari's 1976 arcade game Night Driver? Was it the solar eclipse at the 1975 Indy 500, LA's famously deadly midnight street races, an acid trip taken by a blindfolded Nolan Bushnell, or there's no need to show objects other than the road at night?
I'm gonna go with the last one.
Okay.
That sounds right, but I'll go with the LA's deadly street races at midnight.
Yeah, I hope it's the acid trip one.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, let's look at the game.
Oh, cool looking cabinet.
Okay, so it was the fact that they only had to do the white dots.
Yeah.
Because you see at the bottom the yellow car that was actually painted onto the glass.
Oh, so really,
yeah.
there's no animated parts except for the dots. Okay.
Yeah. So
That makes sense.
Okay. There's 3 of 5. Okay, so a 1976 episode of 60 Minutes included an expose on an arcade game based on which of the following plots? This is a moral panic of the era. This is sneaking nuclear secrets into the Soviet Union, driving prostitutes to illicit rendezvous, running down screaming pedestrians, or taking escaped prisoners to Mexico.
I'm gonna say running down pedestrians because you went too fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Soviet Union, nuclear secrets.
Okay.
Everybody was scared
Okay.
of that then.
All right, I'll go with the prostitutes.
As always, going with the prostitutes. Mike, who saw this game as Death Race, is where you would just run down what they call gremlins.
It's really the cross and the scream that makes it bad.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
controversial as Custer's Revenge, I believe. I mean, that was yeah.
Yeah. So there were lots of news articles at the time, and 60 Minutes had this.
It again sanctions practice, training, learning how to hurt
kill other people.
If you drive LA traffic, and I'm a deliverer myself, you get tired of pedestrians, and these little things, kind of remind me of pedestrians. They got little people running around, the object of the game is to run them over. I mean, that's a little sick, but it's fun.
It's
Love
sick,
that,
but
man.
it's fun. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was Reggie Bannister from the Phantasm movies, but okay, not sure. Okay. 1976, Sega's Road Race was adapted as a tie-in to which TV series? Was it MASH, Happy Days, Charlie's Angels, or The $6 Million Man?
That's a
Sega's Road Race.
I'm going to say $6 Million Man. I have no reason to back that up, but that's what I'm going to say.
I'll go Charlie's Angels.
We lost Joe.
We lost Joe.
We lost Joe. It's too tough.
Why don't you reveal it?
This is the game. What do you think it might be after this? This is the only extant video of the game that I could find.
don't know.
It might actually be Happy Days.
What?
It's just
correct.
like Fonzie on his bike.
Oh!
It is. This is the Sega game.
What?
Fonz.
Oh,
that was
wow.
I did not know about this.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Very few of them exist. And you see the sort of cheesecake picture in these like flyers that they handed out. I sort of did a dive into that. They started early on with the first video game. Was it Space War? It's listed there as Computer Space, but you've got the the sort of pin up, and then 1973 you got Gotcha by Atari, and then you saw what it was in 76. But by 81, you've got things like Shark Attack, the woman in the bikini. And the game, I was unfamiliar with it, but it had buttons thrust and munch.
They really lean into that.
Yes, and there's the bikini bottoms that have it was Bite My Bait, which if you guys want to sell that on the found footage store, I think people might be into that. But so what would you guess would be on the flyer for advertisement for Moon War on the other side of this?
Is there a sexy lady that's scared of an alien?
And I'll just say a sexy woman dressed as an alien.
Well, it was in fact a sexy woman's butt because it's a Moon War.
The ultimate moon shot. I get it.
Yes.
I get it. That lady has a butt on her.
And finally, 5. Though unlikely to be approved today, which of the following was the name of the first vector-based driving game in 1979? Was it Roadhead, Speed Freak, Total Burnout, or Skid Mark Addict?
I'm going to guess Speed Freak.
Yeah. I mean, Roadhead wouldn't be approved today, so I'll go with that.
Okay. I mean, we all wish the others were real, but it was in fact, and here's the game. Vectors like Berserk, that sort of.
That's a cool looking game.
Yeah. Looks like
and this was called Roadhead?
This is called Speed Freak.
I was right. Okay. Hey. I was like, wow. I thought even in '79 Roadhead was a term.
Yeah, I'm sure people knew it. Cool,
Did I win?
You won.
Yeah.
Did I win?
We were just talking about you winning.
You missed a shot of a lady's butt and everything.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I have to look it up on the internet now.
Yeah.
And under her butt, it said the ultimate moon shot. So
Yep.
you did miss
Oh,
yeah, you
it's
missed
Naked
out
Lady
big.
and comedy. Oh, together at last.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys learned anything today?
Jack squat.
Oh.
Jack squat. Nothing.
I learned I want one of those mini pole position games. Really jealous
that
of my.
expensive?
Oh yeah.
I did learn a little something more. While there are many serious issues about our AI future, I think there's one thing we can embrace with open arms: sentient cars. I think whether it's Wheels and Rhodey from Pole Position, Kit from Knight Rider, or even Turbo Teen from Turbo Teen, they're the solution for the most distractible drivers, including co-hosts of a long-running VHS-based comedy show that has to drive a lot. AI cars allow those people to use their phones to talk, text, and watch episodes of the Chevy Chase show while, say, driving to shows in Kansas City. One could even enlist their artificial intelligence to surreptitiously turn on the heated seat function in the middle of summer in their passenger seat just to see if he notices. But the best part
That's always a
is
good one.
about sentient cars, they free you up to pay more attention to your favorite passenger, your weird pet that's an abomination of cruel breeding.
Oh.
But as for the rest of our AI future, I'm afraid it's as dark as the inside of a cat. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the noise.
Bravo.
Oh,
Nick.
boy.
Great lesson.
You know, we are actually lucky to be alive with all our
yeah.
distracted driving. We were driving from Nashville to Kansas City, which is a long drive. And we watched like 3 episodes of the Chevy Chase show, and we'd rewind parts while we're driving. I mean, it was like easy driving, but anyway, I'm excited for self-driving cars, so I can really focus in on the Chevy Chase show.
Why don't they have those things from bumper bowling going from city to city? So you could
They
just
should
be
be
in
using
your lane.
bumper bowling technology.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Mike, what's going on for you? I saw that you did Shit Arcade live at the Netflix is a Joke Festival in LA.
Yeah. I did my bad video game show, Shit Arcade, at the Netflix is a Joke Festival. We're hoping to turn it into something that starts traveling to conventions.
Nice.
Me and a couple friends are like working on a tour that would include like different nerd type shows. I also have a book coming out next year called Good Game No Rematch, which is a book about video games. So if you liked this and you can remember until March of next year, that's the book you should buy.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the premise of the book, Mike?
I sort of like walk through like events of my life and sort of tie it into different game moments while making fun of the game and making fun of myself. Kind of like personal essays mixed with game stuff.
Oh, good. All right. I was hoping there'd be some personal essays.
And when you do the live shows, is there a game, like a lousy game that you always play, or do you cater it to whoever your guest is?
I tend to try to do a little bit of both, because I usually run through like 7 to 9 games, depending on like, because some games are compelling for a little while, and some are like more like you want to see, 5 minutes of them and then we're good.
Yeah.
But usually I try to like, cater it. Like we had Brian Posehn on, and because he's very like into like heavy metal and rock stuff, I had Revolution X, which is the Aerosmith shooting game from the 90s. So like I'll try to like something that'll like they can actually specifically comment on in a certain way. And sometimes I'll do like a Garfield game show or like just bad fighting games. So it sort of depends on the mood.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to see one.
You should be in one. You guys should be in.
Oh,
one.
we'll absolutely do one. Yeah.
Mike, when your book comes out, I don't know if you have an author photo picked out. I just wanted to suggest this. I didn't know. I just want to put in a request that maybe that's on the back.
That's actually not a terrible idea. That's actually probably a good idea for the photo.
Yeah, it's a video game book.
Make sure you get those wires and the garbage can in the background, though. That's important.
Just that puffy jacket, like.
I mean, it's the expression that's the winner here.
As you can see, this is our number 3 most unflattering photo of all time.
Yeah, you
like
broke
the
the top
pantheon.
3.
Yeah.
I also like the name of the file, Drucker Plunkett.
Yeah. All right. Well, I enjoyed the cartoon. Thank you for coming on, Mike.
Thank you for having me.
And everybody out there, I want you to have a very, very
happy Saturday, everybody.
Saturday.